Hey y'all, and welcome to another day of VEDA. Today is April 29th, and today I will share with you an experiment we did. We actually dyed our first yarn. This is a spinning project that I did. It was the technically first thing that I did on my electric eel wheel, and I'm forgetting exactly how much it was. I think it was 30 something grams, and I got a little over 200 yards because there's at least 100 strings on that nitty knotty, and it's a 2-yard nitty knotty. So yeah, so we'll have at least 200 yards. My original plan was to go ahead and apply this with itself, and I haven't decided if I'm applying it or not, but we decided to dye it before I applied it to see if I wanted to just work it up as is, or if I will want to apply it and see what kind of interesting color combination we can get with a marled look. We'll start off with how it looked plain, and this is either a Cheviot or Corriedale sheep fiber. I'm not sure what it is because I remember I had gotten the cheaper one for Jeremy, and this was actually out of his bag, but I don't know if I actually gave him the right bag or not to use for his spinning that he never actually got attached to. This was originally supposed to be his fiber to play with, and I looked, and I guess when I asked him to look for what it was, I was thinking that I had Shetland and not Cheviot, so I just asked him if it started with a C or an S. And I assume Shetland starts with an S, but yeah, maybe it also starts with a C. And since he said it started with a C, I think if I gave him the right fiber, then this should be a Cheviot, and if I gave him the wrong fiber, this is Corriedale. But I don't really know the difference just by looking at it, at least currently. I actually had the kids paint this with the foam brushes. I think I heard somebody say that was sponge painting. What we used was just food coloring. They're actually just food coloring drops that we got at Dollar Tree probably a while ago. And we used approximately 10 drops in each of, I have these yogurt containers, and we used those to put I filled them about 3/4 of the way full with water so that they could cover the brush fairly well. And then the 10 drops of food coloring, and then we used about a tablespoon of white vinegar in each of the 4 tubs that we had. So we had just the regular green that it came with, a red that it came with, and a blue that it came with. And then we mixed about 5 drops of red and 5 drops of blue to get our purple. And I did have the boys paint it, and sadly they were not into this as much as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to have, especially Sam, a lot of fun because he's my little artist. But for some reason anytime I ask them to do something, they just get this attitude about it's not video games and how dare I actually ask them to do something. So I guess that's just kind of disappointing, and a reason that I haven't pushed the spinning more on Jeremy, because whereas he was really into it for like a week, and then he lost interest because it was something I was doing. And yeah, I guess that's just the thing with being the mom of all boys, is they really could care less what mommy thinks because daddy's the bomb. Anyways, but they ended up actually spilling one of the cups, so I think a lot of the dye that got on our finished project actually ended up because they had spilled it, because I told them they couldn't play any games until it was done being painted, not because I was trying to be mean, but rather because I just wanted them to actually do something other than play a game for a little while. I guess I'm just crazy, but I don't know. We actually had our lunch get done as we were in the middle of it. So where I was with them and it was going fine when I was there, when I was still helping the babies finish lunch, Sam went back out, and that's when I think the dye got spilled and whatever. And so yeah, we have a lot of one color and it kind of has overpowered the rest. Now my finished product photo looks a lot, I think, more pinky purpley. And I think that has a lot to do with the lighting in our bathroom tonight, because that's where I have it hanging for it to dry a little. It's a lot more, the boy said you can see a lot more of the green and the blue and the purple, which kind of surprised me because from what I had seen from some of the videos I had watched, that the blue food coloring is actually like the last one to uptake. So that was kind of surprising to me that that's the one that's more prominent in the actual finished yarn. But I'll get another picture and we'll have to share it with you when it's all done. I'll probably have to share that mainly in my Ravelry group, but it'll be in another podcast here later on after VEDA's over, because right now it's drying, so it's not going to look the same anyways. Plus, again, terrible night lighting and all. But how I actually set the dye on this was, and I probably should have wrapped just the fiber in itself and then had them unwrap areas to paint and then rewrap them. But I guess I wasn't thinking and didn't think that would be as easy to work, so I didn't do that. And I just ended up wrapping the whole thing in some plastic wrap and then just left it outside on the deck, which at that time of day is full sunlight until pretty much sunset. And so I left it out there until we got back home from our Sunday evening activity, which tonight was the last day for that. And after that, I hung it up on the old swing frame and I unwrapped it from the plastic wrap and let it finish air drying until pretty much sunset. And then I brought it in and it was dry by then. So I just took it off the nitty knotty and washed it. I also put in my little ties. I put 3 in this one and that seemed to work really well. I did not leave it soaking long enough to set the twist necessarily. So I still have the option to go back and respin this, and I didn't whack it. So yeah, I still have an option to go back and ply it. I think I could ply it anyways, even if I did set it. But right now I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do with it. I'm a little concerned that it might get a little muddy looking if I do it, because like I said, since the one color spilled, it's a lot of the one color. And yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but for right now, this is our first dyeing experiment here at our house, at the Unseen Strands household. And I hope you enjoy just a little venture with us today. Talk to you later, guys.